should probably actually unmute. I have my big old thing of coffee ready. Much coffee. And Malty's hanging out as well, so. What? $19 miniature projects? 19. Those are rookie numbers. We need to pump them up. I see Grandpa plays Minecraft in chat. Also, I did modify one of my bots and it will actually say, hey, you're doing okay. So it'll give like random affirmations every 15 or 20 minutes. Just as an FYI. And I actually need to put lotion on my hands as well. Do I have my lotion? Do I have my lotion? It's not as cute as Laden Roses. It's just simple Lubriderm. Doesn't have any of that smell good stuff in it. The fragrances that can be like irritating to the skins. Oh, and I do need to. What's that? Do you have your Sailor Moon? Yes, I'm actually like excited for you to do that. Yeah. Oh, you just had to smack your camera, didn't you? Wow. Pinks, bright colors. Mixed paint. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yes. Multi is around. There we go. Oh, head on the bathroom door. You should really not do that. It's unadvisable. Um, I need to get my. What palette all squared away? Yay. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Ugh. They're all doing well. I know that Battle Ready has been battling some ear infections. And Laden Roses has been busy. I was unable to catch her stream yesterday or Thursday because I was at Alton Brown's live show. What do you mean it's not working? What's your PS? What's your PSI at? Yes, she has a new miniature. Um, I am going to work on. I'm going to return back to Cat the Witch, or not Cat the Witch, my geisha girl, Mineko, and I'm pondering if I want to do the back ribbon and the collar, or if I want to do the koi. We got choices right now. I was looking up images on that actually right now to see what I wanted to paint and what colors I wanted to go with. Um, so the koi is a lot of fun because it's going to be a lot more freehanding that I get to play with. I don't eat fish. I don't do fish. You can never trust them. They're a little fishy. So I'm trying to find like a reference image that I want to use for the koi fish and what colors I want to go with. Because I mean, it's obviously a koi that's swimming around her waist right there. Um, it's looking really bright right now, but it will come down in a bit once I start painting it. I am going to put a hole in it really quick. Hey, thingamabobber. Oh, I want to drill a small hole in the side of it so I can mount it to something. Fish brutchen? Oh, yard work? Oh, it's probably allergies then. Uh, all right, so I need orange for sure. I'm gonna need black for sure. Yeah, see, there's the bait. There's the bot just saying, "Hey, you're doing all right." This is kind of the fish that I was thinking about once it loads. Um, what you think about working on? Because I mean, you've got your three ships. You started building one. I know that. Two more to go, and you were talking about all the things you had to build on it. Do 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 do. Yeah, yeah. Do 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 do. Welcome to the hour of we wait for things to load. No, I'm literally waiting for image to load on my tablet. Well, I need a reference image for the koi. I'm unsure what I want for the koi to actively look like. Um, well, I know what the koi, I know the basic colors of the koi, but I like half of the color that's here, but it's refusing to. All right, I've tried being nice. Can we download this image? Download started. I've tried the I have tried the correct way, but the correct way was saying no, you may not. So the image that I was looking to load is that koi right there, which has the brown and black on it, or orange and black. Yeah. Possession, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're Eldari? Yeah. I did pick up some Turbo Dork mixing sticks. Yeah. So I can try to blend colors a little bit better without destroying the tips of my brushes. Play Apex Legends probably multi. Oh, really? And then you have to be that person that goes, "Is that the image right there?" And they're like, "I don't know what you mean." Um, that's the only time you've ever mentioned someone in Greece not liking you. Just hanging out under, uh, kind of just being underwater the entire. Damn you, America! All right, orange. Mm-hmm. But all right, so white, orange, cloud sky, and then a little bit of black. It will be exceptionally okay. because it is a gift that you're doing for your daughter. Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Koi. Oh, that's good. We wish to rebel at the decisions that you've made. Um, but you've almost got the backyard done or front yard done. Katra is hanging out somewhere else right now because welcome in, E-Dude81. E-Dude's here. You better be on your best behavior. Welcome to the Thunderdome. We are all painting different things. Battle Ready's picking something up for his daughter that has asked him to repaint a Sailor Moon chibi. I've got a koi fish that is really hard to see right now on camera because it's all white. But we're about to start adding some orange to it. We're going to reorient this in the same direction as the other photo so I can attempt to know what the flip I'm looking at sometimes. So let me turn this down some more and turn this light down a click. But it's just you risk indecent exposure. Oh. I am sure, but they do not seem to care. Okay, so looking at our reference photo, I need to. Why not? Oh, are you sure? Oh, hold on. I need to swap something around on this layout because I forgot to change something. I need to add image reaction. There we go. I now have the reaction image popping up on this source. I forgot to change that. Yay! Oh, I to show interaction on the stream, what I did is I downloaded the image reaction OBS plugin, and I have a PNG. I have a GIF and a. So when it hears my voice and picks it up, what it does is it changes and adds. It changes that image up a little bit. Medication. Of course, that's the only way to do it. Okay. So as we add more color, this balance should the color should work out a little bit better. Don't want to add black though. Do not want to add black. just get back to the dorsal fin a little bit and pick out some of these scales to be orange. Mm-hmm. Inside of a box. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Really. That's actually not that bad. Whoa! Just like popping the mic. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. So, yeah. How was everyone's week? I cannot disagree with you on that. It definitely was a week. The highlight of it was. Yeah. Um, my highlight was checking out Alton Brown's live show. And there with a friend. Um, and we're talking and chatting. And they kind of looked around and go, "This is a really unique group." I'm like, "Yep, I am not surprised given the area we're at. Just don't announce we're from outside this county." Um, so we're there. We go and we watch the first half, which is kind of like a good eats show that he did. The second half, apparently he always had like some cooking contraption that he always brought out and showed on stage. He gets the Barnabas and Brown wiener maker. Let me, Layden, just say pomegranates if we go too far with this one. Uh, so there's four people that have. What's that? Just, just let me know if the story gets a little too intense. Just pomegranate out of it, and we'll be good to go. Uh, so we're we're there. Second half comes. I'm like, "You sure you want to stick around?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." Glad we did because so he brings out the Barnabas Brown's Wiener Maker 9000, whatever he called it. I forget. So Alton Brown has this weird obsession with steam powered things. Apparently, one of his great lost uncles had the same obsession with steam and worked in the carnival, so they made like a carnival esque hot dog maker. So you had a rotating cabinet that steamed. Uh oh, someone's room. Someone wants to be a hot. Uh, so He gets the 4 volunteers up on stage. There's 3 men and 1 lady. It's pure randomness. Don't know how. He talks to them all. And he goes, well, we got this, contraption. So one group has to load the hot dogs into the buns. The buns go around a conveyor. Then they get steamed. And two people got to dress them. And you spin the wheel and you're doing all this stuff. And he just kind of puts his hands on your shoulders and goes, so you look like a loader. And she goes, you better believe it. And you could hear a pin drop in the audience. He is now officially scared of her and does not go near her. And he's like, one hot dog per bun, and you could just see her face laugh. She's like, apparently he doesn't know how to load these. So that was a very interesting time. But then Friday I took it off and spent the day chatting with other people about different aspects. It took me way too long to record a video for work, and I was like, after this, I'm done. I'm going to burn a floating holiday and call it a day. You can't stop me. Why not? What's up? Yeah. This is so they gave us, we get 2 per year for floater holidays. This was for myself though. I'm like, I ain't dealing with this crap today. I had 4 million random calls and people complaining about stuff. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Y'all figure it out. Have fun. You got references? I have. Hey, what's up, Pabulous guys? So I can add color to this wherever I want because I am the one that paints it. I took a nap earlier today. Took a nap with my cat. Oh, really? All right. So now I think I want some of this brown. All I heard was thank you for this. It sounded like you were about to say a different type of word. I'm like, what the heck? Because it almost sounded like, because you were talking to Habulous guys, and I know y'all are pretty close, and it sounded like you were about to say thank you for something that starts with the word S and ends with the word T, and I'm like, y'all don't need to be sharing that on stream. I need to lower my desk. Yes, I do. Um, so what? Uh, mhm. No, he does not. A small. Oh, sometimes what I've noticed he does is he'll actually start with a really big base coat and then just slowly glaze over different pieces, which is fine. Yeah, because he that it's kind of weird, but sometimes watching some of his early videos with Uncle Adam, you learn quite a bit more about what he was doing back then. Fresh apple pie. Was it homemade apple pie or was it? Oh, oh, just as good. I did make sure to get some milk this week. This week, so I could make up some Miss Martha's muffins because those things are terribly bad for you, but so conveniently easy to make. So, kind of want to slide, keep these two around a little bit. Trying to make sure that I don't like spend too much time painting something I shouldn't. Bless you. Where's Canadian J at? I haven't been at here yet. Jail? Oh, oh. Out of state? What do you need to go do? Kidnap Jay? To be fair, I would consider that another country. You are correct. You are going to be out of country. Um, one of my former partners was from, well, they had family up in Lexington, Kentucky. And that could be an entire different language. And she goes, "What do you guys do to go have fun around there?" And they're like, "We go hang out at the Walmart." Yup. Because that's where all the fun people are at. I'm like, "Are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that tracks for Kentucky." Mine is zonked out because apparently she decided that the treat toy was too much to handle. So she went and passed out. The Walmart, not a Walmart, but the Walmart. Uh, I know there's going to be a work function, not like a proper work function, but a big an industry forum in somewhere in Kentucky. It's near one of the bourbon trails, and my boss is like sad because he does not drink bourbon. He does not like bourbon. Uh oh. Check. Is anybody technically sober there at those conferences? I think that's an industry standard. Um, so I forget what it was. There was a our company stopped paying for alcohol um some time ago because there was a there was a work event that happened and they would start happening too frequently with not, technically anybody involved in the company per se, but it's always, someone adjacent. You'd always end up hearing the story of um, someone going, "Oh, by the way, we were at the work event and someone decided they wanted to start a fish fight, or not a fish fight, a fist fight. We're working on a fish, not a fist fight, um, because they had too much alcohol." So finally, some companies just started going, "Don't, we're not, don't even try. It's not going to be a thing that's considered." So, do you need to take the needle out and give it a clean out in there? But then noises started happening. Yeah. I mean, given the number of times. All right. So I just kind of want to stop and take a look at it. I think down the fins here, I need to add on a little bit more through here. maybe. Yes. Um, my cat has been, before the stream started, I had dinner and you know, put out her wet food and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, in case she's going to be a little bit extra tonight, I'm going to fill up her treat toy. So I've got one of those puzzle toys that you have to like move your paws around and you got to like do all that stuff on it to get the treats out of it. And she decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go sleep somewhere else. I'm like, okie dokie. But we know eventually you're going to make a ham. You're going to make a ham sandwich soon. Oh, well, there's part of the problem. You ain't got no ham. Oh, so I sent a. There's been a. Go for it. Mm-hmm. Mm. Sounds like someone's getting a warm apple pie delivery. What's that? Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Kind of sounds like someone's about to, get some of that warm apple pie. You start with the color brown. Hold on. There's two things we got to rewind back on here for a second. All right. One, Battle Ready's subtle jab at brunettes. Two, we got the sound effect of the. I haven't done a brunette in a while. Is it a kind that goes? Two. Now, what size is the spoon? Is it a big spoon, a little spoon? We talking a serving size? Is it a ladle? Oh, oh. Mm-hmm. 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 So you could darken your pink. Mm-hmm. So no. We are currently in a cold snap. Next week we are going to swing from the temperatures of 40 degrees to 70. I am going to be quite frustrated with that because my that means when I have to go into the office will either be super warm or super cold, one of the two, and we'll not be able to figure out what it is. And then when I'm working from home or I'm working in my office for painting, um, it'll either dry out the wet palette faster, or it will not impact it at all. Just depends. Excuse me. Oh, but no. So they make smaller desks. The one that I got from IKEA that I use for my painting area is 72 inches, if I'm not mistaken. Simply because I'd learned my lesson and get with some things. I'm like, just get the biggest one possible. Don't get the smallest one. Uh, the two that I have in my work office, because one was for a former partner that decided not to move in with me, um, is 60 inches a piece. Or they're each 60, and I think they go to 48s. But I do not like those two as much as I like this one. As much as I'm not a fan of IKEA and I dislike the store, uh, I will be honest with you. This standing desk is one that I would highly recommend to anybody that ever wanted one. There is a running joke about hell has a name, and it's called IKEA. Um, IKEA is always like just you go in there for one thing and you have to walk through the entirety of the maze to get the one. What's that? Yep. Yep. You have to walk past the entire thing. You have to go through the entire maze. To get to the back half is where you want to find all the things that you want, which has like the little KitchenAid things, like the kitchenette things, or like the towels or the hand towels, all that stuff, like the stuff that you actually really want to get, but you have to go through the entirety of the store to get it. or the brunette. What did they? Did he give you like a quarter of the pie? I mean, I didn't know it was like a. I don't even know if it's like, you know, that's like some $1 million pie right there. Yeah, hey, my dinner was tacos. Uh, he cut it into four, one piece for each of. Okay. Hello, sweetie. How are you? What's up? Hmm? You don't like it when I have the black glove on. The word is pomegranates. Hi. Hi. All right. So we're going to have a few moments. We have to be distracted by the word pie. And Katra decided that she needs some attention. Uh, okay. No, no, no. Sweetie. Oh, sweetie. 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 I'm just impressed with the fact that she just comes in like a wrecking ball this way and takes up literally a quarter of the spot of where I'm sitting. She is wrecking ball. Yeah. So you can see that she just decided to acquire a part of my desk. How are you doing, pretty? Hmm? 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 You seem sleepy. I have your cat trees ready to go. Your cat dispensing toys ready to for you to like itch and dig through it all. You can move it all around, all you want, and I'm not gonna yell at you. Uh, Thank you. There are people that would like to try to steal her from the veterinarian office. I took her in. I took her in last year for her, routine checkup. And I'm like, I need this ferocious beast checked out. And they looked in and they go, "Oh my god, I want that." Uh, Her face. So she is not. She has got the traditional torty colors, but she is not as mixed as most. She's primarily splotchy torty, not a primary color one way or the other. Except for her underside where she's got like a big brown spot. Um, it's just their coloring. So they go, Torties will go ginger, kind of like a peach brown color, and then they'll end up with black because they'll have like red. No, 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 no. It's just her standard color over the coat. Because Torties will sometimes get like a big spouch like gray across like their side, and they'll have like the swirls of a ginger cat. But she does not have that. Her sisters did, but she did not. All right, nerd. If you want to clean yourself, you've got plenty of other places to do that. Um, right now, here is not the place to be cleaning. What's Zombie saying? Thank you to me for. Oh, this color. Hey, hey, no, no, no. You're coming off the desk. You can be on my lap. I have a water bottle that says I can. I have a water bottle that says I can. No, no, no. I keep a water bottle nearby. All right. I didn't know we were gonna just ever see what. Mm-hmm. So I did turn the cat cam on, and you can see her working through her little puzzle. So it has little compartments that you put your treats in, and you have to like move stuff around. Mm-hmm. I'll move it to the left because we're here to stay in frame. Yeah. See all the different colors I got on? Uh, if you're gonna look for darkening that pink, I would go with a red or a brown. What if you did just a little bit of the screamer and your original base coat together? Uh huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's darker. What I was saying is you could probably do just a little bit of that. So that you've got that really dark one that was in your right hand. If you took just a tip of that, like just a little bit, and mixed it in with the other one, that might be the color that you want for that. Just not like, yeah, not like a full like brush full, but just like a little bit of a tip, because that's what I'm doing to mix this brown. Yeah, yeah. So the yeah, so just mix just a little, just a little bit of the pink horror into your base coat, and you'll be good. Because the brown that I have on my palette is actually just black and orange together. You wanted a different color to paint. Also, have fun, hey Beulah. And I must have gotten lucky with my flu shot because it did not do jack. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. I mean, tell us pets are spoiled without telling us pets are spoiled. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're smart enough to know that it needed spaghetti sauce. So, don't want to jump up to pure white just yet. Something else to kind of mix up. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Mm-hmm. There we go. That's a little bit better. Movie trivia. What? That is The Rock. There was a time when Sean Connery and Nicholas, like, I would see almost every Sean Connery movie, um, but it's a post Bond time frame for that. Which Mr. Bond has apparently been bought fully and outright by Amazon Studios, and everybody's like, "Oh well, there goes that franchise." I'm like, "Really?" But then again, there was a lot of frustration with how the Daniel Craig era of Bond failed. But then I know a lot of people that did not like Pierce Brosnan and the way that women were portrayed in the Bond films then, because it seemed to not go. It started to care, and but now it matters a great deal. And I like the way that Daniel Craig's Bond worked and kind of like the side that they were trying to show about the relationship of why he did what he did, but it never. Each Bond is different. Um, that kind of deal. Because I remember the newer Bonds or um, when they introduced Vespa, she was a little bit more interesting of a character. I can't answer that one. That I know I don't know. Really? So what Disney films was he one of the really? I know he could sing. Uh-oh. Stream and stream together. Don't know how I feel about the lines that I drew on the inside of the koi yet. I think I need to undo those. I don't like them. Be safe. I mean, you can. You're just not gonna like the results. Get a oh, oh, itchy nose. Malty probably ran off to make dinner and or passed out. One of the two. I believe I've got someone lurking, and they're quite welcome to lurk. I need to stand up and answer myself. And turn on the overhead light. need the coat for what? Oh. Oh. Okay. So now we take and we hold our koi against her like this. Oh my god. Stop struggling. Slide that out a little bit. When you start taking our white. And that's too low. There we go. Here we go. All right, 1 second. Stop struggling and fighting the miniature. You are smart enough to have tools at your disposal. Utilize them before you make a major mistake. Yes. Need to get some of my blue tack that I used out. Welcome home. Yes. And because I'm so amazing at gluing stuff, apparently I broke the bond. So we'll have to re-glue her. That's fine. The poster tack that I have in there is really in there. And I found on these miniatures, or on this miniature, swapping to Gorilla Glue will probably be better than utilizing standard glue or standard super glue. There we go. I knew that was had a possibility, so I will use Gorilla Glue. Wow. I will use Gababa Glue. Oh. I will utilize a little bit of Gorilla Glue proper because I like buying the little individual use tubes. Oh, that actually happened. Really? I didn't know that. Oh. That's I don't know about that. A little bit of couple of spots underneath. Too thin coats. Mm-hmm. But sometimes the success isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Because I know Trevelyan apparently had something go on with him in Games Workshop. I was like, okay. It's not that I care. He can be interesting to watch sometimes, but he's not always my favorite. Which is almost all of them, it feels like. Did it actually recommend colors that you had? That's good. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, hold on, let me take another sip of coffee. We, as a company, they're looking, or I started I guess the idea of it was to see if we can create our own internal AI agent for a software we use to have it search through different aspects of things to give an answer or help give solutions to problems that we're having. Because sometimes young people don't feel like talking to senior engineers, and sometimes they do, and they take away the wrong thing, or they misunderstand something. One of the two. It's a mixed bag, quite honestly. Uh, but we still have to program some amount of the AI model for it to language correctly. And that has been some of the more interesting parts about the info, because loading what you can find on the website, because it can search both public and private information if you give it to it. Like, you have to actually feed where you want it to pull data from. So we could give it a SharePoint to read from and give information out to, but it's not always the same on the other side of the coin. Um, it doesn't always care. Like, it only accesses what you give it access to, and I'm curious to see how it actually starts to work once, if we're allowed to build out the entirety of the agent, because we have to. Our company's been weirdly strict about not utilizing AI from a corporate standpoint. But to be fair, we've also had some people that have tried to use it, AI for other things that they're not supposed to. Because language barrier. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, anything corporately bound, no, it won't touch. Mm-hmm. 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 Because sometimes we think we know better, and in reality, we in fact do not. We in fact do not know better. Not ringing a bell. Mm-hmm. So there was a spoof of that happened on The Big Bang Theory as well when Raj fell in love with Siri, and they made a joke about well, it's kind of the spoof of her as well, like that movie that came out where Joaquin Phoenix fell in love with uh, AI or the AI assistant that he was using at the time. The times when we think that was not going to be a reality versus the times it may become. Um, but essentially, they went and they found. So they jokingly found the voice of Siri, but the voice of Siri was constantly answering things, and it was slightly different in person than it was on the phone because they said that it would be a kind of like a catfish scenario. So, but I mean, essentially, it was one person in the exact same thing, sitting around a call center answering everything under the sun. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Uh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I mean, that's what AI is supposed to be taking over now. but it's still a long way from implementation. I know ServiceNow tickets have started revising themselves quite a bit to be that orientation. So if you start typing in, I'm having an issue with this software, what it would do is it would start to solve, it would give you a list of recommended solutions bef- before you could file a help desk ticket. So it's like, oh, did you read through all these documents really quick and did you find your solution? It's like, okay. Oh. Because I had one user that was posting something or asking a question because apparently the software had failed with. There were, well, they were having issues with like a, it was a software conflict issue between two different pieces of software. And they had a solution. So, I saved the email because I know the person may email again. It's like, okay, so let me just keep this nearby in case I see it scroll past my desk. Or if some other people have issues, because it was, kind of a common problem that would happen. It would be like an API function would fail. And when the function would fail, essentially, everybody's like, oh, well, it's obviously broken. It's like, well, no, not really. It's because something crashed and it doesn't know what to do today. Uh, so they uh, wrote like documentation on how to fix it because we can't fix it. Like the group that I work with isn't IT, so we don't have admin rights to computers. There's nothing I can do. Like all I can do is say it's broken, and they're like, "But you can do more." I'm like, "Not really. No, no, I can't." Um, so the discussion point that we were having was that you needed to, you know, file these help desks. Well, because the service ticket desk does not direct you to the help first, essentially it's like, okay, well, we can't fix it because we're not in charge of that. Like it's a software driven problem, not a actual issue with anything else. So I save it and I send it, and I'm like, never mind, I'm not gonna send it. Someone else can take this because apparently this person just doesn't give a crap to save the email because it's something that frequently happens. Um, it's trying to keep it. This does not surprise us. So I had a, I mean, so I knew something was wrong with one guy's computer, and that's like, dude, you need to file help desk. I don't want to file help desk. I'm going to get burned, or I'm going to get screwed over on it. I'm like, I can't fix the problem for you because I'm not in charge of this stuff. Like, oh, okay. So he files the help desk finally. As he files the help desk, someone goes, well, this other thing screwed up. I'm like, yeah, because that's the actual problem you're having. You've had a credential issue for Lord knows how long. I can't touch that. I can't fix that. All right. Mm-hmm. Really? So, mhm, 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 yeah. Well, so a previous company I used to work for, they did, working from home was a brand new idea, and what you had to do is you had to remote into your computer. So you had to have a remote desktop connection, and you had to have X, Y, and Z set up, and you had to do all these things. Not a big deal. That looks like pink. Mm-hmm. Oh, so when you checked out a loaner laptop, the first thing that you were told to do was to log into the laptop while you were still in the building. Don't don't take it home and log into it. Log into it here. People frequently failed at that. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they would complain about it, and then IT would just look at them and go, "I can't do anything about it because you have to do X, Y, and Z." Oh, and on top of that, don't turn your desktop off at all because it needs to be on so you can tunnel into it. Is essentially what you're doing. It was some of the dumbest scenarios that we worked in. But some people started to understand and they're like, oh, so I actually have to be intelligent about what I do. I can't just be stupid about it. Need a little bit of red. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, but it's but I mean, to be fair, that's you almost have to be that way sometimes with IT. Like where I submitted the ticket and here we are 24 hours later and we're still waiting on your response. Please tell me that it's, being thought of at least. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so that's where the frustration with I yeah, but we're talking about it and it's like this is a very important problem to be solving because you know your your ticket is being serviced, but it's sitting there in like a no man's land. All right, so I think I like my koi in contrast to her, and I don't think I'm going to like it if it was in a gold. I know I don't like it if it was in a gold. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to keep pursuing, is that right there and just cleaning it up. Because the original box art has a golden, did this as a golden fish as well. And I don't really, I I look at it and I go, I don't like it. It's too much gold. Um, what's that? Mm-hmm. Mm. I need to give him a little smiley face. It's weird, but I need to get a bigger view. Give me a second. Enhance. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid to do something. So I see you're waiting to mix it. I see you mixing it. I don't see an actual line on there yet. Just make sure it's nice and thin. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Are you serious? Did you get Siri bot recently? Okay. Apparently, it was active. Welcome back, Multi. So, um, Multi's back, and he had, you know, his friends being super playing Apex Legends, dropping messaging and back and forth, while his friends being like super toxic and screaming and raging about everything under the sun. But on that, so my dad, when my when the first grandson was born for him, he had his shop up and running and it was functioning. He had a box where he would throw all of his loose change. The man did not believe in debit cards, still doesn't, hates them to no avail. I don't ask. Um, Prefers doing a lot of his business in cash, so he would just toss the change in a box. Um, and what he did is he eventually went and, deposited it when the first grandson was born. And, he deposits all this change and da 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 da. The bank's doing all this stuff. It's going to take a couple of days, get it all counted, and we'll let you know how much it is. Okay. Like, well, he goes back in, gets squared away, talks to him a little bit, chats with him. Like, well, what do you want to do with it? He goes, well, our grandson's about to be born. I want to put it in a savings account for him because he needed all the numbers and all that stuff, gets squared away. And the lady goes, and I think some lady with mine was like, how much did you just put in this kid's account? You put like $800 or something in change. And he goes, they're like, oh, what do you want us to do? You know, usually you have to pay for, counting out that much coin. And he's like, well, take it out of take it out of what you counted. You ain't going to miss it. And this lady's like, I can't believe you're doing it. Da 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 da. He goes, kid ain't even a day old yet. Calm down, lady. Yeah. So there's a true crime podcast popping up, or that pops up on my YouTube reels when I'm doing some doom scrolling. Um, and eventually there was this con man, and he was talking about how you get like social security numbers and all that stuff. He's having issues because like he would call and someone would be like, hey, I'm 35 years old, I don't have a social security number, blah 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 blah. And like a lot of the people are like, do you have a driver's license? He's like, yeah. And he goes, then you have a social security number. Click. And he would keep lowering his age, and then finally he figures out the solution to, you know, getting one. And he would argue with these people and he'd get this paperwork and lie. And that's kind of how he would be stealing identities or messing with identities, kind of deal. Because it was, if you were under a certain age. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Bank of America's got its own problems right now. So, oh, I'm thinking Wells Fargo being one of the worst companies to work for. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna hang out a little bit longer and keep working on my koi because I just want to. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Mm, It was Layden that sent me the invite. Yeah. Oh. Me and Battle can figure it out after the fact. Because I might switch to the Kraken a little bit. I need to let this Gorilla Glue dry. I am seeing a line on the small view, so it's looking much better. I don't know why. Mmm. Sassy little roguely. Was she holding apple pie? She gonna cur a pistol. Be better if she was holding apple pie. But yeah, Mineko needs to dry before I do anything more because I need to hold this guy up to it, and I'm not feeling like doing that right now. But I do also have this that I can start working on as well, which is on the back side, which I need to get. Oh, God, no, oh, no, oh Lord, it's all falling apart. It all went wrong. There you go. You stay there. You come here. You rinse out, and I get blue black going. But I can also work on my little baby Kraken and starting to get the brown squared away on it. Because I do not have a raging headache. Maybe it's because of all the sugar you ate, lady. Yeah. The apple pie was rude and crude. First nap of the day. It's nearly it's almost 7 o'clock. And the thunder rolls. A little really weird when you hear an all metal version of that pop up and on the radio one day and you go, what the actual F? It was All That Remains did the cover of the Thunder Rolls, and it was all heavy metal. Uh, Welcome back, Multi. I know you're out there. Pretty sure it's the viewer that joined. Uh, but ship, 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 SHIP. Come on, man. SHIP. Those float as well sometimes. Bill Engvall? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He recently redid a recent comedy skit, and he was talking about one of his neighbors. Yeah. Um, um, they apparently one of his neighbors liked to have deer camps and track deer and stuff in the backyard and all that jazz, which it's reasonable and understandable for the back 40 that they shared. He decides he wants to pull a prank on said neighbor. So he goes to the costume store in town and he's trying to get a Bigfoot costume. They don't have it, but they have a Michael Keaton version of Batman that he goes, and this is what we do. So he buys it immediately. Um, he gets it home, he puts it on, and his wife, comes home and he's sitting in the den dressed as Batman. She looks at him, he looks at her, she looks at him, he looks at her, she looks at him, he looks at her, and she goes, "No, I don't even, what are you doing?" He goes, "Well, you know how so and so has the deer cams and blah, 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 blah. I want to do X, Y, and Z, and I want to go spook them and do da 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 da." She goes, "Don't. And why are you dressed as Batman at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon?" He goes, "Well, have you ever considered role play?" She goes, "No." Immediately, no. Just stop. Because if we say yes once, no telling what happens next. He goes, "Oh, you're no fun." So he goes out. It's now 8 o'clock at night, dark as crap. He's running around the woods dressed as Batman. And he has the realization somewhere in the when he's running around going, "Oh, I don't know where any of these cameras are actually at." And here I am, 50, 60-year-old man, traipsing around in the dark woods with no flashlight, trying to trip a deer cam. Yeah. Dressed like Batman. Needless to say, he sometimes he figured out his problems. All right. So because I accidentally knocked Mineko off the stand and she's waiting to dry, I'm gonna have to switch to something else. We are gonna grab our baby Kraken. Be safe. Goodbye and be safe. All right. Give me 1 second. There we go. You are now back. Uh huh. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're gonna shift gears and we're gonna pick up our baby Kraken. I'm gonna get some dark honey out. Well, first thing I need to do is dry off parts of my wet palette. I need to figure out something new to do with my setup because I have too much. Because I drag my paint over the wet palette where I try to do my painting, and it tends to get screwy sometimes. Orange oxide medium brown. Okay. So Time has a way of equalizing us all. And remember to stay in frame. I have to remember since I switched to something smaller. I think one of the things that I need to do to help myself on that sometimes is mark down the spot on my desk and just kind of have like a forever box there so I can tell when I am and I'm not in frame. Uh, got your heater on? That could be why. Mm-hmm. Must be nice to be able to sit out in the middle of summer on the back porch and just paint away. Is it because it's just flat right now and not painted in? A little blase. Mm-hmm. Not me. Oh, do I have share chat on? Start sharing chat. Whoops. I do. I turned it on now. I forgot. Should be. Oh. I'm just working on my little baby Kraken, trying to get some of the colors squared away, and I need to adjust my camera because it is not the same that it was before. I can switch this back to automatic. I can lower it this way now. It should be just fine. Because when I'm painting like that shiny skin tones and those white, like bright colors for like the skins that I've been using, it just washes out too fast. Um, and it, it bothers me because it's not absolutely perfect when it's on stream. but it's also part of the problems of painting whites and not using like a full DSLR camera setup. But that's okay because I don't want to spend money on a DSLR, to be honest. There we go. Yeah, you want your. Oh, you're coming to the dark side with me. No washes. I actually need to. But you can try. No washes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of stuff that I started painting, I washed all the time. I was thinking, um, the works that I'm painting for the that I started, but I haven't finished yet. Um, I was thinking about changing up my approach with them so I get them finished and give them like washes and speed paints and break some of those out and use those again because I hadn't in a while. But I don't like. I'm really not enjoying the act of painting like that group of units. I need to speed it up for myself and get through it. You're fine. I'm just observing my cat who realized that she can spin something and then starts spinning past all the treats. What's up, nerd? You're okay. You're a-okay. I am still present for a few moments. Where are you going? Are you just tracing in the lines or separating the pieces in between? Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. I could see some merit to that. Yeah, the grim dark stuff can get kind of, it's fun, but it also gets old. Um, mhm. Oh, careful. Let's not be underfoot completely. Hmm? Are you trying to tell me it's time to sit down? That's good. Go high pitch on you. Oh. There's been a few moments since you winced in pain. Let me remind you briefly. So here. All right. So I am trying to decide what is what on this miniature from this black brine. Because there's quite a bit of them that's very different. And I'm just trying to make sure that I get all of like the fun pieces. squared away. That's why I both have standing and sitting positions. So what do you have at your? So you could do a wash of Reikland Flesh Shade if you have it over the face to. Um, so you could push like glaze the wash up towards the hair and take some of the warmth that way. That way you can build some depth on the figure itself, rather than it be just kind of flat like it is. Because that's probably why you're not liking it, is that it's like if you look at this back bodice, it's just too flat and doesn't have any like, color to it. So that would work as well. And just thin it down and slide it in there. Oh, that was from Multi a while back. Ah, I'm always a fan of thinning it down and building up layers. You can use just a little bit of water. It'll work. The contrast medium would help lessen the intensity, but not always required. But it's really trying to get that initial yeah, because you're trying to force in the depth, because the problem is that the figure doesn't have like facial expression. It's just kind of like a flat, smooth surface. And to make it look a little better, I guess you would say, um, if you glaze in just a little bit towards the hair, it'll give you that depth. Like take your brush and go from here. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm. Really? Hmm. Interesting. I so I see someone streaming that has been supporting me. I tend to tune in and lurk in their streams rather than watch the YouTube videos. Um, because, we support each other, we all win together. But if we don't support each other, we don't win at all. Um, so I actually haven't looked too much back at YouTube yet. And I wait and then I'll watch some of the videos as they build up. Uh, some t- I've, I've had a lot of issues trying to watch some painting videos recently just because I watch them and I'm like, okay, thanks. I guess that's cool. I think sometimes I've been preferring to watch or like I like watching Eons of Battle just because he tends to be goofy in whatever he's doing. Uh, but like I know Scott's been painting a lot lately because he's trying to finish up his Eldar army for Adepticon because apparently him and Eons are supposed to have like a battle there or do like a match kind of deal. Which how those two came together is beyond me. Uh, but I for whatever reason, it's just been like I look and I see that 52 started painting Infinity, and I was curious to see what he did with his. But I just I look at it and I'm like, I don't really want to watch this right now. It feels like that. So you'll see like one video pop up and you're like, it's like they had like a secret meeting in a cabal one day and said, we're all going to talk about painting gems. Beniac's going to release his video. Artis Opus releasers. Angie, and it's just like everybody at the same time. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. become an affiliate, and then eventually they'll send it to you. But that's part of, if I remember correctly, Games Workshop was not always the best partner when it came to that kind of stuff. Um, Travarian had some issues with Games Workshop. I know that being on that, well, before that, because he was supposed to get like the Curse City box, but he never got it, kind of deal. Back when that debacle happened, because I looked at that box, I'm like, oh man, that's kind of neat, and then I looked at the miniatures, and then I looked up how to play the game. I said, nope, nope, instantly nope, because I'm like, I don't have a degree in board games to play this. Mm-hmm. Is it getting to be the end time for you, my friend? The the assembly of it, or your space, or uh-huh, yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Excellent. I gotcha. Why is that? Uh, it becomes challenging and doesn't always work out that way. Mm-hmm. Really? That's not what I was using for a second. And orange. Mm-hmm. Oh, very much is ridiculous. Even now it is. I mean, it's just turn around. It's like, oh, yeah, it very much is. And there's nothing. I mean, I feel really bad for some of the people that I know, and it's like, unfortunately, there's not much we can do unless we like massively overhaul the system. But nobody wants to overhaul the system because the system is broken and is meant to be broken. Yeah. So mm-hmm. Yeah, and it gets really bad. And the people are like, I don't understand why you're so frustrated. It's like, if you had to go do all of this stuff and you had to hire these people to be that kind of like, this is all you do is pay out your insurance claim. What do you think this is really the right? Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they started. It did help in some regards, but it's slow because everybody was fighting it. It's like, okay, thanks. Because the whole point of what it was supposed to be was to help identify issues. And it's like, okay, so you say everybody does it. The reason why everything's so expensive is because we don't have, not everybody has insurance. Now you can't make that argument. What's your excuse? And it's like, well, um, okay. So it wasn't the fact that we didn't have insurance. Okay, so we figured that out because your bottom line was being impacted. Got it. And that's yeah. Heck, Yeah. Painting in the white pieces of the big. Yeah. There. Glaze on some dark brown on bits of this metal. Always does. I believe it's pink. Um, I don't know if it would be black, but I think it would be something bluish, probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you could paint in a little bit more. Do like the big anime eyes instead of doing just like the a small little dot. Try to do like a kind of like a half moon on the bottom of the eye, depending on how big it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could always check out. Uh, mhm. Because I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of Sailor Moon reference photos. It's quite the popular anime. Anime. What are his little balls that's hanging off of his carriage? Oh, I need to look that up really quick. So this baby Kraken from Steamforged, um, on his wheelchair has balls in um suspended by rope sacks, and I don't know exactly what they are because it. Maybe. What are they supposed to be? Uh huh. So they're purple. Interesting. And it's a knife he's holding, not a spoon. Got it. Well, this isn't the same Kraken at all. Like what's on the website for Steamforge games is not the same as the one that I'm painting right now. Yeah, it's a different Kraken. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So those are going to need to be a different color, and I don't feel like getting a different color for them. I don't want to do a standard. What's that? Mm-hmm. She is drying slowly, but she is drying. Oh, I do have red. I don't know why I pout. Mm-hmm. Treat it like an edge highlight. Mm-hmm. Mm. I almost had a moment with my coffee cup. Whoops. Whoops, indeed. Would have smashed down on the keyboard. Would have been bad. Isn't that the way that it goes? Mm-hmm. Of course. I mean, when you have something to eat, you need to share. Obviously, the humans should be sharing with us right now. That's good. Just a little yabba dabba doo. Ugh. You have any brains left? That's what you think. What's that? Yeah. So it's having issues picking up your color balance because of the light, which is the same issue I have when I show Mineko on camera because it's like all of a sudden none of it really balances out or works the way that it's supposed to. But if you see the actual photo of her, it's very different. Because like the red and my non-metallic metal of the wheels and stuff, all of that's starting to jam as I start hitting the sleepies. Supposed to be reddish. Mm-hmm. Mm. Because I mean, you're trying to get to like, so you want a base coat to red, highlight with the yellow, and then oh really? Mm-hmm. What's up? Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Yeah, sounds about right. And I'm gonna be honest. I think I hit the wall. I think I hit a wall. Yeah, I once those yawns came, I got the sleepies. I was thinking about packing it in for the night for myself because I've got. Mhm. I know you're upset. I put. She probably is because her dad painted it. Oh, I because I'm starting to look at all the different things that I want to do on this Kraken. I'm like, we're done. We're kind of in the done category with it for tonight. Because I don't really feel like grabbing another set of paint. I need to let Mineko finish drying with the Gorilla Glue so she uh, kind of affixes herself and doesn't move anymore. Yeah. My cat is being like super annoyed right now. Well, I put a plastic sheet up to protect my shelf of the finished miniatures that I completed. And she's been trying to get on the shelf, and she's like, "You've put something here that I can't get through." I'm like, "Yes, for a reason." Um, yeah. So I think with that, I'm going to call it a night here. It is. Yeah. Yeah, we should see each other all next week at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central Standard. And we'll see if we have others that want to join. Yeah. Alrighty. You take care, sir. Yep. Yeah. Catch you later.